They just dropped a patch notes for the next major patch 2.0, and this is a big one. They are touching everything. I just did a light skim through, and they're touching dribbling, shooting, post moves, post hooks, hot spots, all that and more. So y'all know what it is by now. Without further ado, I need y'all to grab yourself that brew and let's get to the info. Now we're gonna skip the intro. It is 16 pages long, man. So we got a lot we gotta dive into, of course. So let's get straight into it. So this update will be released this week, starting with PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, and followed later by Steam release before the start of Season 2. It's a general preparation for NBA 2K25 Season 2 launching on Friday, October 18th at 8 a.m. Pacific Time and 11 a.m. Eastern. Stay tuned for what we have in store. Many additions and improvements to audio and commentary have been made across all game modes. The Los Angeles Lakers in-season tournament championship banner has been added. The basketball stanchion for the Orlando Magic Classic Court has been updated for historical accuracy. The black shoulder stripe for the Chicago Bulls should now only appear on the uniforms from the correct season. The NBA Finals MVP trophy have been updated to reflect the recent redesign. Fix a hang that could occur when editing a shoe in the shoe creator menu. Said players are now correctly labeled as hot in the substitution menu during gameplay across all modes. It said changes to the rotation timeline will now properly save when adjusting from the created roster menu. Page 2 right now. It said, by community request, in the create roster menu, after deleting, trading, or assigning a player, the next available player on the list will now be highlighted. Changes to signature jump shots when creating a player will now correctly preview in the menu. Fix an issue that caused the player to not be visible when creating a player and attempting to update the title after adjusting signature animation. The following current day uniforms have been updated. They said it will be reflected after the next roster update, and there's the list right there, of course. They also said the following courts have received update designs or fixes for accuracy, and they got Dallas and Portland, and I think those are the only two teams. The following players have had likeness updates or other adjustments made, and there's the long list with us. They said player scans, new player scans, tattoo updates, hair dynamic updates, and general hairstyle and likeness updates. That's all on page 3 right there. So let's get to the juicy part right now. We're talking about gameplay. It said made various adjustments to reduce the effectiveness of passing steals, including toning down unrealistic catches when close to the passer and blind catches facing the wrong way. We already know this was happening. We already know there would be patching the lanes, but they're not done there. Check this next line and say improve shot contest logic for more reliable coverage scorers for both perimeter and interior defense. The hands down situations will no longer register as tight. Open shots receive a slight buff to maintain balance. So they actually buff shooting. They said open shots receive a slight buff. With all the people complaining about shooting, we already knew this was coming, man. So let me know what y'all think about that. They say improve responsiveness when dribbling and shooting with a pro stick, and also reduce delays with catch and shoot. They fix an exploit that made low post fades overly effective. Repair some dribble moves branch, including the 720 spin glitch, the one Steezo introduced us to, and unwanted double hesitation moves from triple threat. The standard floaters will now properly use the close shot rating, while driving floaters will use the weighted average of the higher between driving layup and close shot. The restricted post spin shots to live dribble situations to prevent double dribble violations, and fix an unrelated issue that allowed double dribbles to occur in the post without a violation being called. A slight nerf was made to deep post drop step effectiveness. Yeah, this had to be touched as well. It said falling face down shots landed will now only trigger when hit from behind. That's a pause. Okay, so let me know what y'all think about that right there. Now they're not done. We're moving on to page 5 right now. Tune catch collisions to improve animation coverage and have them play in more appropriate situations. Improve the ball attachment logic, particularly when starting a dunk or layup mid-dribble. Added support to scale takeover meter progress differently for short quarters and modes without the game clock, such as triple threat in my team. Fix an issue where the 2K camera flip would get confused on the direction of play when a turnover happened immediately after a rebound. Manually selected defensive matchups will no longer reset after a timeout is called. Adjusted one of Jordan Claxton's step-back jumpers to prevent unrealistic initial dribble speed. A lot of people is using this in this, dribble size-ups, man. 2K. There's an update Devin Booker post shimmy fade package. His Mark Williams signature jump shot to be valid for big men only. Your player will now break out of the go-to shot if moved too far from the shot marker in certain drills. Fix an issue that made self-alleys very difficult to compete in the dunk contest, and said fix a scoring bug in the dunk contest that would incorrectly award points on missed dunks. So now we're talking about City, Pro-Am, Rec Theater, and Proving Grounds. And many improvements to performance, stability, and visuals have been made to enhance the overall experience in the city. Several changes have been made to resolve stability and connection issues in streetball co-op games. I gotta get some streetball co-op games, man. I gotta get those done. The friends on the social menu playing NBA 2K25 will now be correctly listed as doing so. We need to be in alphabetical order as well, man. Y'all could take a look at that. Fix a hand that could occur when attempting to enter the event center after using the squad finder. The fixing issue with squad attempting to enter the event center. The top ranked Proving Ground player icon will now properly persist after playing multiple games. The playing ranking is now visible when leveling up in Proving Grounds. Shorts length can be customized in Proving Ground games. The earning hot zones in the drills with lethal shooter has been made easier. Thank you. The team modes, everybody was resetting, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, everybody was dashboarding, so I'm saying that's a big W. The team mode dance in the city have been adjusted to ensure that players stay properly in sync in all situations. Other players will now properly join team mode dance when attempting in the Gatorade training facility, resolving issues that could delay the top time from being added to the leaderboard at the track. Friends will now correctly appear on the recruit player tab in the Pro-Am menu. Fix a hang that could occur in the My Court when several consecutive shoot-around games are played. My Court shooting drill score tiles will now properly match up with the appropriate player. So now we are going to My Career Quest and progression changes as well. Multiple fixing adjustments has been made to improve the overall quest experience and ensure proper progression and quest completion throughout the mode. Various tuning adjustments and fixes has been made to optimize content related to personal goals and overall career progress. Several adjustments has been made to stat tracking and require for both dynasty modes and GOAT moments. Many improvements has been made to social media messages to ensure accuracy and proper frequency. Fix the issue that caused the indefinite hang when attempting to load a My Career save. Fix a progression blocker that could occur in the off season when attempting to play the open run and advance to the next season. Fix an issue that could prevent simulating games in the NBA season if the NBA debut quest did not correctly complete. Fix a scheduling problem that could prevent regular season NBA games from being played after NBA Cup games have been completed. Fix an issue that could halt progress on becoming a starter when the player ahead of the My Player in the lineup gets injured. Fix issue with the NBA debut personal goals NBA Cup Championship matchup nightmare bonus challenge to Gatorade workout quest that could cause them to remain active after completion. Fix a display issue indicating that Workout Warrior has been earned before the required 12 drills has been completed. Fix an issue with the franchise player Trouble in Paradise quest that caused an incorrect player to be displayed in the objective. Fix an issue where the face of the franchise quest could be incorrectly failed when progressing to the next season. Changes made to the My Minutes menu will now properly apply to the next NBA game. Ensure that the maximum overdrive quest will progress correctly when reaching a 95 overall rating. And fix a hang that could occur when attempting to retry or play the next hard of the Dynasty game. The games can now be started as expected when in the team practice facility or Berkeley's gym. Never knew you could do that. They fix an issue that could prevent rewards from being properly received after completing off-season activity. Completing the GOAT moments for winning the 3-point and dunk contest is no longer delayed. The correct overall ratings will now be displayed for my players when going into 3v3 test build games. They fix an issue that could give you control of a player other than my player in test build games, except test build games will now be played on the currently chosen difficulty level. They said filling the pre-game shoot-around takeover meter has been made easier, as support for multiple record-breaking speeches in the same game, as well as an improvement to the overall flow when these are activated. The fix an issue that could cause certain Jalen Murray show scenes to take place in the wrong location. That fix a user-reported issue that could cause some second-year players to be referred to as rookie in the commentary during the first NBA season. So now we move on to my team, and they start off with challenges. They said challenges will now be filtered to the selected categories rather than showing all seasonal, lifetime, and other challenges types in a single list. Awards for completing challenges must be claimed from the challenges menu before appearing in the unopened packs or receiving my team points and my team rep. Said made improvements to the in-game and pause menu tracker for active challenges. Said clutch time challenges games will now display win conditions on the score overlay in-game. So address an issue where stat tracking challenges games could fail to complete the exchanges. Now this is a different game mode. I assume now I don't play my team, right? That added support for unauctionable cards to be added to exchange that support them. There's certain card themes like season rewards will still be restricted from exchange. It said duplicates of the same cards can now be added to the exchange. At the same time, auction house changes. It said player auction list with the shoe card applied will now display that applied takeover name. And it said gameplay HUD's visibility can now be toggled during the gameplay by pressing up on the D-pad. In multiplayer games, the opponent customized HUD settings will no longer override the local player settings for ball handler text. Address an issue with camera settings in triple threat modes not being saved. Ensure coach boost would apply after rematch in single player modes. Breakout said gatekeeper spots will now display the price points required when selected. Gatekeeper games will now have an overlay display before starting, which includes the full-size name. Triple Threat Park dynamic duos and involved player cards will now appear correctly in the Triple Threat Park pre-game reveal. They fix an issue that could prevent Triple Threat Park games from counting towards the daily win streak. That my player height will now be accurately represented on the Triple Threat Park sideline with added protections to prevent them from getting onto the court. Icon pass to the teammate nearest to the hoop is now enabled in Triple Threat Park games. Defensive matchups can now be adjusted during Triple Threat Park games. Enable who to guard switching by holding the pass or change player button on defense in Triple Threat Park games. So games played in Triple Threat Park will now contribute to player card stats. Various other improvements have been made to spectating games in Triple Threat Park. Now they move to Showdown. It's a detailed description of the weekly prizes in the Showdown menu have been added. Fix user reported issues with the Showdown leaderboard stats. Now they move to King of the Court. They fix the number of games required for King of the Court qualifications in the Showdown menu. So it eligible player status text from not started to qualified in the King of the Court menu. And then move to Exhibition. It said locked in game or locked in player cards can now be sent on Exhibition mission. Move Exhibition mission duration to the player selection screen to better differentiate between available mission and ones already started. And now Linus, it said added measures to prevent autofill lineups from having duplicate players in the lineup. Enable custom on the fly lineups. You can set these up to the edit lineup coach tab. It said coach game plan menus. The various other improvements have been made to the coach game plan settings, and of course additional fixes. A fixing issue that prevent player cards from being sorted by overall in the My Collection menu. In Domination, the selected difficulty requires score differential has been added to the pause menu challenge tracker. Improvements have been made to both scrimmage and practice plays in the training hub. The changes the default difficulty of freestyle shoot around to pro. The 4 points will now accurately contribute to plus, minus, and other stats. Prevent the menus from becoming unresponsive in rare cases after completing the My Team tutorial or redeeming multiple shattered prize awards. Address a visual issue that could occur in Ascension as well. About the My NBA errors, the My GM, and the W. I said various stability fixes and improvement has been made for My NBA errors, My NBA errors online, and the W. They fixed the user reported issue where players would not be present in the league the following season after their retirement is overridden. Adjusted the NBA Cup scheduling logic to ensure that all games are assigned and scheduled correctly. FIBA teams can now be properly selected to control when attempting to play FIBA qualifier and FIBA friendly games in the My NBA errors off-season. Fix a rare hang that could occur when attempting to play or rematch FIBA games in later NBA or My NBA season. Fix an issue that could cause players from the opposing team to be celebrating with the winning team in the finals in My NBA errors or My WNBA. The correct celebration sequence will now play after winning the conference finals in My NBA errors and My WNBA. Ensure that feature games are scheduled as expected with the rival teams. When accepting related tasks in My GM, you can now choose to spectate and not control either side on the team select screen in My GM, and the All NBA third team is no longer selected in the Magic versus Bird era for historic accuracy. Release effect now correctly appears during the 3-point contest in My NBA eras. Contract offers of the player cards are now sorted by player interest during the free agency in My NBA eras. The following uniforms from the Steph era has been added will be reflected after the next roster update. They get 2014 Detroit Pistons, 2014 San Antonio Spurs, 2015 Denver Nuggets, 2015 Toronto Raptors, and 2017 Dallas Mavericks. A fixer hang that could occur after an invite is accepted in the My NBA errors online. Fix a hang that could occur during the staff signing period in the off-season in My NBA errors online. Fix an issue that could prevent further progression in My WNBA online during the off-season catch-up scouting period. The correct ball is now used during the Commissioner's Cup finals in the WNBA and the W. So fix the user-reported progression block that could occur in the W due to a career-ending injury. The endorsement menu will now be properly activated when leveling up the buzz pillar in the W. And let's move on to the last page. So preventing the choose your shoe brand menu from incorrectly appearing during certain press conferences in the W, that My Players accessories will now properly show up during press conferences in the W. And for PC, various stability and performance optimizations has been made to enhance the overall experience. They fix the potential hang and clarify error messaging when launching the game with certain hardware configuration. Various updates have been made to the shader compiling process to improve efficiency and clarity in messaging. The fix a hang that could occur when attempting to enter sideline streetball courts in the city with certain hardware configuration. And that's it all. A pretty long list, y'all. And it took a while to get through this. Now, not that long actually, but let me know what y'all think about the patch notes, man. And let me know if y'all feel any difference. I know if the patch gonna be live as yet. I expect it to drop probably sometime in the morning, but we're gonna see some of the big things happening for season 2. It's right around the corner. Of course, we should be getting a Corsair report as well. So of course, if you're first time to the channel, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date on everything 2K. Your boy got y'all, man. So anyways, y'all, let me know what y'all think about the notes. Have a blessed one. Be safe out there, y'all. Peace.
You want 2K rumors and news? You in the right place. Wanna community that's cool, you in the right space. You want tips? Subscribe now and ring the bell. Then go to the park and give them hell. The Boot Squad is an organization with all winners. Soldiers up in formation, we all killers. And when you step on the court, yo, you're